What up, people? How you doing? It's your boy D House in the building. So I'm back. I'm on here to talk about the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms. Now, let me give my disclaimer. I'm not here to try to take away guns from people. I'm not here to say people's guns should be taken away. I believe we have the right to have a gun. Now, I'm here to talk about uh, for those that don't really need to have guns. And y'all know what I mean. But the whole thing is who deserves to have a gun and who should. You know what I'm saying? I mean, uh, I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I have a couple of guns. And I know I'm not going to just go out there and just shoot people just because. Now, with that being said, there are a lot of people out here that have issues that a lot of us don't know about. A lot of us have problems, and we have guns, and they have guns. So it could be that one day that something makes that person snap, snap, snap. It could be something they saw on TV. It could be somebody sent to them in a text message or a voicemail or just said to them, period, to make them snap, to make them snap, to make them snap. So, and when it does, when they do, where does it fall? Does it fall under mental illness? Does it fall under uh, any type of psychological issue? PTSD? We don't know. Because especially if the person commits suicide, we don't know. Especially if we never hear that they had a pre-existing condition or pre-existing problem. Never had an issue with that person. Never had the police called out. You don't know. Because if the person killed himself, we'll never know. The person just snapped. They just snapped for some reason. So we don't know. So how do you moderate the gun issue? Do you limit the purchase of guns to one person? I think the age requirement should be lifted to 21. And I just saw where Congress, I guess, passed some type of bill or signed a bill or did a bill where the age should be 21 and older, which is a good step. Which is a good step. Um, Now, let's talk about the AR-15s. The AR-15 is not a gun you go hunting with. It destroys. It maims. You shoot a person and you're gonna fuck a person up. So, should it be banned for a person not to have? It's still that gray area. Some people have them, some people won't have them. But I always remember this. When people when people have access to a gun, if it's in a car or wherever, and they get angry, then they put it out and shoot. And you know, uh, gang members get guns all the time, especially felons, and they're not supposed to have a gun. So when they go out, they have a gun. They see somebody they don't like, they get into altercation, pull out a gun and start shooting. That's part of what happened in Philadelphia. And I understand what a mass shooting is. If it's consistent with 4 or 5 people or more, that's considered a mass shooting. But it started as a gang shootout first. Then they started shooting at each other, and that's how other people got shot. But I understand what a mass shooting is. I understand that's how they call it. Um, so with that being said, it's hard to really control people getting guns when the guns are being put on the street. Where the guns coming from? How the guns get on the street illegally? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself that question. They're being put in these communities illegally, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm just saying that's how it's done. People get guns all kind of ways. Uh, but once again, I'm not trying to take away somebody's rights to carry a gun or have a gun. But also, too, on the other hand, when people get mad, get angry, somebody cut them off on the freeway, things happen. Somebody breaking somebody home, pull out the gun, you know. And I get people want to protect their property. People are upset. People want to be able to have a gun so in case something happens, they want to protect themselves. I get it. But on the other hand, we got to look at all factors. We got to look at all factors to when stuff happens, when people have a gun. And it ain't always good at the end. You know, and just like the dude that shot Trevor Martin, how are we supposed to know how that person is? We don't know. But he wouldn't listen to police. And Trayvon Martin got shot. Now, one person's word against another person, and he got off. Now, me, just on the principle that he wouldn't listen to the dispatcher telling him not to follow that kid. His gun should have been taken away. His rights to have a gun should have been taken away. Now, I don't know if that happened or not after they found him not guilty. But from my understanding, he's probably still able to carry a gun or have a gun or have access to guns. So, I'm just saying, if a person calls 911 about a suspicious activity and you have a gun and that person doesn't listen, then they rights to have a gun to go out and shoot somebody. Even though they may end up being justified in the long run, all that could have been avoided if you just listen to the person that you called the 911 on. Listen to the dispatcher. Don't follow them outside. But you go outside anyway, all of a sudden, you're hollering, stand my ground. Because you didn't listen. But who am I? Who am I? And in some places, some cities, they done changed the laws for standing your ground or whatever it is, the self-defense laws. You know, so I'm just saying, it's becoming to a lot that these laws are not always right when it comes to people getting killed. You know, somebody gets shot in their front lawn because somebody said they had a gun in their hand, but they watering the grass. So, you know, how are we supposed to know the people that are not supposed to have a gun? How are you supposed to know that? But a lot of times, people that pull out a gun, nobody wants to report suspicious activity with a person with a gun. So police will never know a person pulls a gun out until after somebody's shot. Now that person's on the run. Now that person's labeled a bad guy. But once again, I'm not saying people's rights should be trampled on as far as having a gun. The Second Amendment says we're able to bear arms or have a gun. But who am I? I'm just a person making a video. I'm like teetering with a lot of different things. And I think there should be some type of system in place for fact checking or whatever place may be. So we'll see what they do. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel.